on the high note.
What up, what up, what up, what up? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. It's your boy ACS. We got a little show for you guys this week. Obviously, the Hawks continue their up and down struggles this season. The Hawks, man. Braves continue spring training. A little bit of Falcons news from Georgia news. Men's Georgia basketball team got themselves another top 10 win last week, moving closer to getting into the tourney. Talk about that and then some. You're watching Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports.
IE Sports Radio fans, this show is brought to you by Planet Jerky Premium Brisket Beef Jerky. Planet Jerky is the official jerky of the 2022 California League champion Lake Elsinore Storm, single A affiliate of the San Diego Padres. This all brisket jerky has gluten-free options, contains no MSG, no sodium nitrate, is low in sugar, and high in protein. Go to their website at planetjerky.net and follow them on Instagram at Planet Jerky. Planet Jerky, the jerky that's on a whole other planet.
Rise and shine. It's 4 a.m. The stars are still out. The sun is beneath the horizon, but it's time to punch in and go to work. The comfort of your warm-ups turns into the grinding out of your reps as the clinking and the clinking of the plates create a symphony of euphoria. There's no other feeling like it. Earn it, burn it, and take what's yours. IE Sports Radio has proudly partnered with Vital Apparel, a brand that not only fits great, but also promotes and donates to mental health research. Use our code IESR to get 15% off their comfortable and inspiring gym wear and help them on their amazing journey to support mental health. Go hard, take part in your iron therapy, and be strong. Because when your mental health is as strong as you are, there's no telling how far you'll go.
Hey there, IE Sports Radio fans. Be sure to check out our sponsor, Seal the Deal Wax Seals by Cecilia B. You just finished your very own wedding or baby shower invitations and you're looking for that extra special touch? Maybe you just wrote a letter to a relative or a friend and you want to add to their smile when they receive it. Then seal the deal with Cecilia's handmade sealing wax stamps for your invitations, letters, and gifts. You bring the deal, we'll bring the seal. You can find them on Instagram at sealthedeal_wax stamps and on Facebook, Seal the Deal Wax Seals.
What up? What up? What up? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. Once again, it's your boy ACS. How you guys doing, man? Another Wednesday, another week is coming to pass. Obviously, we're in this weird state where soccer just started, baseball season in spring training, football. When it comes to the pros, their calendar year pretty much starts next Wednesday, which is crazy. That's crazy. Next Wednesday we'll have some shit to talk about in the show next because the free agency period opens on the 12th, which is next Wednesday. So we'll see what happens with that with the NFL and stuff. When it comes to that, basketball season going strong. Like I said, I'll talk about the Hawks a little bit. I just want to start off real quick. Talk about something near and dear to the heart. And I'm sure a lot of you guys out there, sports fans, you guys could probably agree with this on a certain level. If you're an older cat like I am, if you've been around for a minute, you know what I'm saying? You've been watching sports for quite some time since you were a young cat or whatever. Then you know about Around the Horn, right? And PTI, two of the great shows that have ever been created for sports in the history of sports television, period. All right. And not to say that ESPN has sort of been on a downfall, but it's not the same ESPN that you and I grew up with. Right. We all know the direction that they've steered some of those shows, which seems that more they like the people to just yell at each other on TV as opposed to talk about some real stuff. And the last two shows that ESPN has besides SportsCenter, which is, that's always going to be their flagship show when it comes to that. Around the Horn, PTI, bro, Tony Reale, you know what I'm saying? Will Bond, Kornheiser, them dudes, man, they just, I don't see, that's the last two, man. The last two shows that sort of represent what ESPN used to be when I used to be young and had a young, impressionable mind when it comes to sports. And those were the shows, man. Those were the shows. Coming home from school, watching that kind of stuff, it was great, man. And I the game show sort of feel that Around the Horn had that, you got to watch the people get points as they made points, which was always nice. The show was just good. It was just good. As a sports fan, and it covered all sports too, man, almost flawlessly. We're able to move from topic to topic in a way. Obviously, PTI, they're still around, but who knows for how much longer. But shouts out, man. Around the Horn, 23-year run. Final episode will air on May 23rd. So just a few months away, we'll be getting our last taste of Around the Horn, man. And who knows where you'll be able to find it after that if you want to watch old episodes. I'm not even sure if they're going to make that available, right? But from the response of professional people who work at ESPN, along with just fans of those shows and fans of what ESPN used to be, it's literally it's heartbroken, man. Heartbroken, right? Woody Page, man, Kevin Blackstone, Adonai Bomani Jones, man, yo. Yeah, ESPN had on the air guitar. See, rest in peace Around the Horn. The last couple remnants of Max Kellerman, bro. Remember Max Kellerman? Max Kellerman used to work for ESPN. They I heard a story about him. Interesting that he used to, if you could remember back far enough, he used to host Around the Horn, and he had reached a point at ESPN where he thought he was untouchable. So they literally walked down the hall in ESPN studios in Connecticut and grabbed Reale and said, "Here, you're going to host Around the Horn. Take that, Kellerman." And that's I don't know if that's confirmed, but I have heard that before that several times actually. So yeah, man. Just wanted to start the show off shouting out, man, Around the Horn, and hopefully PTI is not going to be following them too closely. But yeah, man, sports coverage is forever changing, y'all. Forever changing. Back in them days, the phones weren't popular. There's no apps and stuff. You got your sports news and information by watching shows like this. And what's fun about it now is you get that information faster, the sports news and things, but then to hear people talk about it in a way where sort of they were put to compete against each other in this friendly manner. Why I said they got points for making great points. So shouts out, man. Around the Horn. Going to be sorely missed, man. I'm telling you, as far as these sports channels going on. Anyway, let's jump on some Atlanta United. Atlanta United, you guys. Obviously, they lost 2-0 to Charlotte this past weekend. Started the season 1-0. Now we're 1-1. 2 games played, one dub, 1 loss, still sitting at 3 points. We fell from second in the league rankings to just straight down to what is that right there? 7th, just off 1 loss, bro. So we're still sitting at 3 points on the season. And they put out some power rankings, man. Power rankings right here that have come out just, a couple weeks into the MLS season. MLS power rankings, no Messi, no problems. Miami goes number 1. The 2025 MLS season is now firmly underway, which means it's time for ESPN's power rankings. At number 1, Inter Miami. No surprise. Philadelphia Union at number 2. The LA Football Club at number 3. Vancouver Whitecaps at number 4. Columbus Crew at 5. San Jose Earthquakes at 6. Charlotte at 7. Cincinnati at 8, at 9, Minnesota United, New York Red Bulls at 10, Orlando City at 11, and the Atlanta United, who were previously ranked 7, are now ranked number 12 in the power rankings after scoring a brace in his MLS debut last week. MLS record signing Emmanuel Latte couldn't conjure the magic against Charlotte in a 2-0 loss on the road. The Five Stripes will head home next week to recover against the Red Bulls. So we'll see what happens with that. Again, early on in the soccer season, I guess Charlotte's arrival, like I said, I'm learning on the fly when it comes to the soccer stuff. So, but apparently Charlotte's arrival to Atlanta couldn't even sell out their stadium, bro. I need to work on that one. So, yeah, let me see if they can bounce back, man, against the Red Bulls, man, coming up next week. Let's see when they got that. What does it say? On the 8th. So, so Saturday, 7:30 p.m., they play against the Red Bulls in New York or in Atlanta. So we'll see what happens with that, man. Good luck to the United out here, right? Let's move along. You guys are watching Georgia. Oh, yeah, I was bringing this up real quick. It's always like Georgia Sports Central. These are my @, where you can find me on various social media things on X, 2279ACS _ on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, Vero @2279ACS. PlayStation, if you like to hop on that, ACS 1977. And on YouTube, you can search my other channels, the ACS Universe and Instant Replay 706. All of those things are on those various places you can find me. There's social media. So, all right, let's move on, man. Falcons, right? Not much news out there for the Falcons. Obviously, we're at that point again where I said that what we got coming up. Let's see, where am I looking for? Okay, my bad on that. Okay. Apologies. Okay, getting something together. All right, my bad. First of all, Julio Jones is expected to announce his retirement soon. I meant to bring this up last week. Julio Jones, right, stalwart in Atlanta, finished his career. I think it was in Tennessee. He went to Tennessee, sort of at the end. You know how those things work. You go to another team, you don't have the same production reps, you don't get the same looks that you used to back in your heyday. But I don't know, man. It seemed like it could be maybe a Hall of Fame type of career. 914 receptions, 13,703 yards, 66 touchdowns, 7 times All-Pro. If you watch any Falcons over the past couple of decades, Julio Jones was making some miraculous catches. Him and Matt Ryan were on the same page for most of that. And, you got to see some good shit. So, Julio Jones, man, he hadn't announced it yet to my knowledge. But I do know that this information came out last week, and I meant to bring it up, and it kind of slipped my mind. But top 5 to ever do it, probably. I can give him that, man. Wish he could have won a Super Bowl. I always hated when the Packers had to. Yeah, for real. Thought he retired like 3 years ago. Nah, he's just been out of the league, bro. He's just been out of the league. Talking about he was a Falcon. Oh my goodness gracious. Y'all know what Julio Jones is known for, right? Being one of them dirty birds. You know what I mean? So get a couple things pulled up. So yeah, man. Shouts out to Julio Jones, man. Who knows when he's gonna wrap it up, but he's expected to announce that soon, and maybe we'll get some information on that and see. But we can talk more about that when it's official. But again, Julio Jones expected to announce retirement soon. Dude was a beast, man. I still, they lost the Super Bowl against the Patriots, man. That one catch on the sideline was incredible, dog. Let's talk about some Falcons salary cap situation as 2025 year looms on. The league informed teams on February 27th. I talked about that the 2025 salary cap will be set at $279.2 million. This is a $23 million increase. The Falcons have little ways to go to become cap compliant, but it's not insurmountable by any stretch of the imagination. As of the morning of March 3rd, the Falcons are just $5.28 million over the cap. They are one of 6 teams in the red, but not by much. Admittedly, so that's not much at all. The Kirk Cousins effect, though. Fontenot said in the combine last week, the Falcons are prepared to move forward with Cousins as Penix's backup, despite his $40 million cap hit in 2025, which is 14% of the team's allotment. We understand that it's not ideal to have a quarterback at that cap number, Fontenot said, but we have given him that contract, the expectation for him to be the starter at this point. So that is a good number for a starting quarterback. Now he's a backup. And when we say we're comfortable, we're talking about the total funds allocated to the quarterback position. Obviously, he getting most of it, a little bit of it going to Penix and whoever else is on the depth chart. But yeah, we see what they said. In essence, Cousins is owed $10 million roster bonus set to pay out on March 17th. In no way can the Falcons release Cousins and save money towards the cap. The only way for Atlanta to accrue any type of savings is via a trade. However, it is well documented that Cousins has a no trade clause. There are too many moving parts right now for that to be a viable option, seeing as Cousins in his camp have to agree to waive it, and the Falcons have to agree to part ways with him with a reasonable offer from another team. What's more, the best case scenario for the Falcons in this instance will be to wait until after June 1st to agree to a trade. Hypothetically speaking, Atlanta could save Cousins' base salary of $27.5 million if this came to pass, but it would also mean they've paid out that $10 million roster bonus. It's important to note, however, that all of this writing could be for naught. Fontenot has been clear from the beginning on the Falcons' stance that they are comfortable keeping Cousins on the roster. So any kind of cap situations talking about coming from the Falcons in general is going to deal with Kirk Cousins. Those conversations are going to start and finish with Kirk Cousins. It just does. The dude's making a lot more money than anybody else on the team. And so like those kind of things are always going to be right there front and center. So combine was last week, obviously. So, see a couple things from there. There's a couple players on the Falcons radar that they saying. Darius Alexander, defensive tackle, Toledo. I've been talking about him anyway, as far as they might be drafting him. Nick Emanwari, strong safety, South Carolina. I know his workout is one combine fans will be talking about for years to come. One of the top safety prospects in the draft. 6'3", 220 pounds, excellent size for the NFL. Moreover, he blazed through the 40-yard dash in 4.38 seconds, which is absolutely incredibly fast. Let's see. Who else? South Carolina safety, Nick Emanwari. Yep, I just talked about him. Maxwell Hairston, cornerback, Kentucky. After a buzzy performance at the Senior Bowl, Hairston kept his arrow pointed up at Indy. He ran the fastest 40-yard dash at the combine, 4.28 seconds, which will grab the team's attention. Jalen Noel, wide receiver, Iowa State. Darian Porter, cornerback, Iowa State. These are just some of the players. Caleb Ransaw, cornerback, Tulane. Shamar Stewart, defensive end, Texas A&M. These are just some of the players who performed pretty decently at the combine that the Falcons could be looking at picking with their number 15 pick in the draft that comes up in just a couple of months. Obviously, if you notice a trend between every single player I just named, they're all defense. All defense, man. That's what the Falcons need to focus on is defense. I think they have some offensive pieces in place, which I'll talk about one of those in just a second. But defense, man. Defense. I've talked at length about the Falcons' needs on defense, where they ranked on defense last year as far as sacks, takeaways, all of those important categories that defenses want to rank high at. Which, if defense ranks high in these categories, right, then that they good defense plays well on the field, things of that nature. Kyle Pitts is one of those players I was talking about. Offensive pieces, man. Kyle Pitts update gives Falcons major hope for a trade, which, that's looming, man. They talking about it, right? Been talking about it for since the season ended, basically, is that they could move on from Kyle Pitts, down production. Which dude's a monster, man, I think. And it just hasn't worked out for him in his career. And I can't point to just route running or something like, because the dude's he's nice, man. He's nice. Just doesn't get, I know there was some couple drops in there this season. And so when a player's been in the league as long as Pitts has, and he's sort of teeter-totters on just average, borderline mediocre, and then the stuff starts falling. And he still can do stuff. As it said right here, the Atlanta Falcons have been surrounded by trade rumors ever since the NFL offseason began. Not only is quarterback Kirk Cousins' future in Atlanta up in the air, but Falcons tight end Kyle Pitts' outlook has also come into question following an underwhelming start to his professional career. That's what I was just mentioning, man. Struggling just a bit. Trading Pitts has seemed easier said than done, though. Not only is the former Florida Gator coming off an underwhelming 2024 performance, but he's also set to carry a $10.8 million cap hit in the final year of his rookie contract in 2025. a price tag that seems too rich based on his recent production. I was just saying that, man. But just when the hope regarding a potential offseason trade was dwindling, it looks like Pitts might still be moving before the 2025 season begins. Following NFL Scouting Combine, the Athletics' Josh Kendall revealed that he had a lot of Pitts-centric conversations during his time in Indianapolis. From the sound of things, a good chunk of the league will be monitoring what happens to the 24-year-old tight end. 24, dude. Dude is like literally still young. Still has a lot of good football ahead of him, man. So whether it be the Falcons or another team, I mean, look, I still think dude could play some good football, man. I still think that he'll be good as far as my apologies. As far as his career goes, but something's going to have to change, though, I think, if he's going to stick around for longer. As like I said, real young, I'm sure he'll be given a few more years by either the Falcons or another team to sort of reach his potential. But yeah, this is basically the rest of the league is still having the conversation about the tight end that Atlanta fans have had the last 2 seasons. Kendall wrote, "What's going on with Pitts? Is this the year he breaks out? Do the Falcons want to re-sign him?" Well, so we'll see what happens, man, with Kyle Pitts. We'll see what happens, bro. Like I said, nice young talent. Hate to see him go, but at the same time, you know, it is what it is, man. You got to perform in this league if you want to stay sort of relevant and stuff like that. But we'll see. 2 years into the league, third year of his rookie contract, final year of it is 2025, and we'll see if he gets re-signed or traded or something like that, man. Something like that. I would like to see Atlanta keep him and sort of realize his full potential when it comes to his abilities to play on the football field and things of that nature. So, real quick. Top 10 running backs in the NFL. Dove Kleiman on X got the boy Bijan at number 3. So obviously number 1 is a foregone conclusion. Top 10 running backs in the league. Number 1 Saquon, 2 Jahmyr Gibbs, Bijan coming in at number 3, Derrick Henry at number 4, Josh Jacobs at number 5, Christian McCaffrey at 6, Jonathan Taylor at 7, Kieran Williams at 8, Joe Mixon at 9, and James Cook rounds out these top 10 according to Dove Kleiman, man. That's what we think the top 10 running backs in the league are. Right? Who am I to disagree with that? I see some nice. All the top names are on there, so it is what it is. I mean, Saquon, he's going to be number 1 for reasons. Shouts out to him getting that contract extension, right? Hey, man, I'm telling y'all, man, teams out there. Excuse me, let me take a. Tell you, man, the Eagles general manager, dude, Chestnut Checkers, homies. He is out there doing the damn thing. Right, that contract he just signed with Saquon, man, it's freed up a whole bunch. The Eagles gonna be hard to stop next season. Let's put it like that. A repeat for them would not be, it wouldn't surprise me by any stretch of the imagination. Let's see what this is right here, real quick. Let's see, 32 NFL players who need to change the scenery this season. I wanted to get onto that one. Just let me find it real quick. Who they think the Falcons what Falcons player needs to change the scenery? Defensive tackle David Onyemata. Once a stalwart run stuffer with pass rushing chops, Onyemata's production dipped sharply in 2024. Onyemata had 36 quarterback pressures for an 11% pressure rate in 2023. This past season, those numbers dropped to 17 pressures and a 5.8% pressure rate in 3 more games. His run stuffs went from 12 to 6. So he will turn 33 next season. It can free the Falcons a little more than $8 million of cap space if they release him. Atlanta is over the cap right now, and flexibility is a need. So he's probably gone, right? David, defensive tackle, he's probably gone up out of there. I'm pretty sure, right? Your production drops like that, and they could save this much money by releasing you. I'm sure he'll find another place, another team. But 33 years old, defensive tackle's age, bro. That's kind of old, right? In NFL terms. So we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, we're going to take a quick break. You guys are watching Georgia Sports Central on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. We'll be back in a minute. Y'all stay easy.
For the last 10 years, IE Sports Radio has been bringing you amazing content ranging from interviewing legendary athletes, coaches, and other authorized media personnel to building tailor-made shows dedicated to all major sports cities around the country. Make sure to follow us at IE Sports Radio on X, Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, and YouTube to keep up with the latest in sports and with all of our shows. Also, make sure to check out our daily updated website at iesportsradio.com. At iSportsRadio.com, you can see our daily show schedule and check out all of our show pages with personal bios to learn a little bit more about each of our awesome hosts. In addition to our show pages, you can catch the iSports Radio blog, Hall of Fame, Fans of the Month page, and our merchandise shop, including t-shirts, tank tops, caps, long sleeves, hoodies, and more. For now over a decade here at iSports Radio, we've continued to be by the fans, for the fans, and we thank you all for your support and for making iSports Radio your direct feed for all that is sports.
Sports fans, do you like teams that are tough, cities that are tougher, and fan bases that are passionate about their teams? How about teams that are historic and stadiums that are iconic? Then you belong in Chicago, and you need to check out Chi-Town Weekly. Join me, Adam Kernan, every week as we keep up with all things Chicago sports. Bears, Bulls, Blackhawks, Cubs, White Sox. We'll cover them all, plus more. The Windy City is always buzzing, and we'll keep you up on all the big games and major stories. So tune in to Chi-Town Weekly every week right here on IE Sports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.
All right, what's good, y'all? What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Georgia Sports Central on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all things that are sports. Apologies, man. I thought that drop had some dialogue on it, bro. Didn't have any anyway. So let's jump to some Braves news, y'all. Some Braves, like I said, spring training is underway. Has been for a good couple of weeks now. The Braves are 6-3-2 in the first 11 spring training games. Excuse me. Tied the last one against Minnesota. 5-4 loss against the Lightning, and then beat the Yankees 11-1. Obviously, couple back-to-back shots in the spring training games. The bats are moving well for the Braves, man. I'm satisfied with what I've seen thus far. Obviously, it's just spring training, but the team, I'm excited, man. I'm excited. The players were getting back. From injury or whatever, and seeing how the season ended last year with us making the playoffs and making some noise, a little bit of noise in the playoffs, and then ultimately getting bounced, but doing more than we thought from last season. So Again, I mentioned the power rankings where the Braves rank. You know, a lot of people have them second in the league behind the Dodgers and things of that nature. So let's see what happens. Biggest news with the Braves, obviously. Braves starting catcher Sean Murphy fractured rib out 4 to 6 weeks. Got hit in the rib by a pitch. Atlanta Braves starting catcher Sean Murphy will miss the start of the season with a rib injury. The one-time All-Star and Gold Glove winner is expected to be sidelined for 4 to 6 weeks with a cracked rib on his left side, the team said Monday. Top prospect Drake Baldwin, and I'll talk about him in just a second. Nice prospect, dude. Yeah, he's going to be stepping in for him, but he looks good. Murphy, 30, struggled last season after an abdominal strain on opening day and batted 193 with 10 homers, 25 RBIs in 72 games with the Braves in 2024. He is a career 233 hitter with 77 homers and 240 RBIs in 510 games with the then Oakland Athletics and the Braves. Let's see. The Braves declined Darno's $8 million option during the offseason, clearing the path for Murphy to be the number one catcher. Darno signed with the Angels. Chadwick Tromp is the only other catcher on the Atlanta 40-man roster. He hit 250 in 19 games in 2024. Murphy made the National League All-Star team in 2023 and collected a Gold Glove at catcher with the Athletics in 2021. So, Braves starter going down 4 to 6 weeks, which sucks. I've seen a lot of banter online, people talking trash, Braves fans talking trash about him. Look, man, it is what it is, man. Man's got hit by a pitch, dude, right there in the ribs. So, the injury, but his replacement, as I was saying before, prospect Baldwin gets vote of confidence from Chris Sale, man. Drake Baldwin has no choice but to believe he would be ready if he begins the upcoming season as the Braves' primary catcher. No choice, right? But an even greater assurance can be found via the compliments of the 2024 National League Cy Young winner Chris Sale and other veteran pitchers have made. He's got an unbelievable work ethic. He's got a great routine, and he's all around right, guys. That's what you want from a guy who is in position to take over a very, very important position, especially for the Braves. He's not afraid to ask questions, and he's doing all the right things. So, Sale gave this complimentary assessment after throwing 4 scoreless innings with Baldwin serving as his catcher on a 0-0 tie against the Twins. I just mentioned that game. On Tuesday at Cool Today Park, this was the first time the accomplished hurler has ever worked with 23-year-old prospect who ranks as MLB Pipeline's number 62 prospect and the Braves' number 1 prospect per MLB Pipeline. I thought he looked great back there, Chris said. He never looked overwhelmed and never looked overmatched. He was on point, really, so this was a lot of fun. So, these two could be paired again 3 weeks from now when the Braves open the regular season in San Diego, which is probably going to be the case considering, what's his name is out. Murphy's going to be out for that little bit of time. So, again, like I said, man, the Braves, the bats are looking good, man. Bats have been looking good. Let's see, get rid of this one and this. Real quick before we move on from the Braves, Buster Olney's top 10 at every Major League Baseball position, starting pitchers. Obviously, I just want to see where you had Sale in there because I know he's going to be up. Top 10 starting pitchers according to Buster. This is on ESPN.com. Number 1, Zach Wheeler, Philadelphia Phillies. Tariq Skubal, Detroit Tigers. Paul Skeens, Pittsburgh Pirates, and Chris Sale comes in at number 4 for the Atlanta Braves. Skubal recently told a story about meeting Sale at the awards dinner over the offseason. Sale asked his fellow Cy Young Award winner to pose for a picture together. Skubal's internal response: give Sale's accomplishments. Given Sale, it was Skubal who should be asking for a photo. Even after those lost seasons in Boston, Sale is building a strong case for the Hall of Fame, given his dominance. He had 7 seasons in which he finished in the top 5 of the Cy Young ballot, and this year he'll surpass 2,500 career strikeouts and 2,000 innings. He has an ERA plus of 140, higher than Christy Mathewson, Randy Johnson, Whitey Ford, Rel Holiday, Sonny Koufax, and many other Hall of Famers. So, yeah, man, got Chris Sale at 4, Drake Snell at 5, Logan Gilbert at 6, one of our old boys, Max Fried for the Yanks. At 7, Corbin Burns. At 8, 9 is Logan Webb. And at 10, rounding out this top 10 pitchers, starting pitchers, Garrett Crochet, I can't pronounce it right, from Boston. So, yeah, there's that. Like I said, a little bit of Braves news, a little bit of things. As we move, let's move. Let's get to some Georgia, man. Not much out there, right? When you're talking about college football at this time, spring games are starting to come up in the next few weeks. Georgia's, do a couple things, a little bit of news out there. Let me get some of this stuff pulled up. Obviously, there's this what real thing I do want to show y'all though. This is insane right here. Excuse me for the in case any of y'all have not seen this. This is the homie Nick Chubb. Let me see if I can get this thing right up so y'all can see pretty good. Yeah. So yeah, this is just I always like to show this because this dude trains. He's from my hometown. Went to the same high school, and dude trains. Dude trains. Anyway, check this out. This is him 8 months after surgery. If you don't know, he tore all those ligaments in his knee against the Steelers. A couple seasons, not this past season, but the season before that. And tough road back to get back to where he was at. But man, you see Citation right there. I like that shit right there. That's my hometown, bro. This is the high school gym, 5 minutes up the road from your boy. But anyway, let's check this out, man. Obviously, I ain't gonna play no sound, but this dude is a fucking monster. Excuse my language, y'all. Sorry. Insane, bro. Insane. I saw that dude at the gym the other day. Yeah, man. So I just want to show that off, man. Georgia, you know what I'm saying? You gotta represent the old represent boy. Anytime I see something like that, I'm like, yo, this is nice. This is nice. But also just want to play Brooks Austin said NFL GM anonymously says no guy who is a coward goes to Georgia. NFL GM raves about the program Corey Smart has built, confirms NFL's potential intrigue and Smart. Hey man, y'all chill out, NFL. You boy, you can't have the boy. Kirby, you got to stay at Georgia forever, homie. You know what I mean? Stay there like Saban did until you retire. I want to see you up there in the NFL ranks. You know what I mean? But let's see. I am positive transaction. Yeah, exactly. I am positive that a transactional NFL job holds no allure for Kirby. The only question is whether an increasingly transactional. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I just think that's a pretty true statement. I think let's credit to Georgia, man, because I think in the next few seasons you're going to start seeing some stuff as far as I think what we saw happen in the Super Bowl was a nice advertisement for the University of Georgia. Not that they need it, not that they don't have great recruiting classes and things of that nature, but players know when they come to Georgia, they're going to leave there very, very ready for the next level, right? If your aspirations are to play football past college, when you go to Georgia, and it's not the only university out there, but if you look at the track record of Georgia in the past 5 years, I mean, again, the Eagles defense is that team having that many dogs on it that come from recent Georgia teams is a testament, man, to what they do down there in Georgia. They build pros, right? They build pros, and so I think that's what makes Georgia attractive. I mean, to a lot of young cats coming out of high school is that if they have aspirations and dreams of playing, my damn chair keeps falling, man. Who have dreams of playing professional sports, that's the place to go, right? That's the place to move through. Also, something else I did want to pull up here real good. Tate Ratledge, guard from Georgia at the combine. Look at my big man run. Big man doing his thing right here. Right here. Look at the big man move, dog. Look at him. If you can't see, he ran a 4.97 for an offensive lineman. That is pretty damn fast. And my man's with the mullet going on. It was good to see that at the combine as well. Represent Georgia players. Obviously, we'll see where he gets drafted. Looks like he might be, people looking to see where Tate going to show up at. Let's get some stuff pulled up here. Quick news, draft prospect Michael Williams, obviously the Georgia edge rusher said he played the entire 2024 season at less than 60% after suffering a grade 2 left ankle sprain in the season opener, revealing what he called the full story of the injury on Wednesday. Williams, projected as a possible top 5 NFL draft pick entering last season, relayed that he wouldn't work out at the NFL scouting combine, as he didn't. And as a result of the injury, preferring to wait until Georgia's pro day, which it doesn't say when that is. Williams suffered an injury on a low block by Clemson running back Phil Maffa midway through the third quarter of Georgia's 34-3 victory on August 31st. He said Wednesday that he didn't practice until mid-October and had re-aggravated the injury multiple times over the season while appearing in 12 games, 24 tackles, 10.5 tackles for loss, 5 run stops, 5 sacks, 21 pressures, and 2 forced fumbles. In meeting with NFL teams at the combine, Williams said his ankle has been a notable part of interviews. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with that. I'm pretty sure it's going to drop his stock just a little bit, man. So, yeah, man. Michael Williams injured all season, injured his ankle in the opener against Clemson. That sucks, man. But you see how stuff plays out with football players, with sports players in general. Like, you get hurt and you just play through the pain. Also, some more injury news. NFL edge prospect Jalen Walker injured during training. Georgia outside linebacker Jalen Walker, who was one of the top edge players in this year's draft, suffers an injury during training and will not work out on campus for NFL evaluators until April 17th. Let's see, suffered a thigh injury in a training session, and while it is not considered serious, it will not allow Walker to participate in the Bulldogs on-campus pro day as originally scheduled. Sources told Reed that Walker will instead have a private workout for scouts and personal executives in April. So that sucks, man. At least it's not serious. And, it says Walker was measured at 6'1", 243 pounds in Indianapolis with an arm span of a much bigger player at 79 and 7/8 inches. So, I mean, look. He's a Buckets Award winner, right? He's going to get drafted pretty high in the first round. I think teams with that. And I think the injury's not that serious, so maybe he get a rehab. It just sucks to have something like that happen, like sort of right there. You know what I mean? Like that happened right before the draft with that all that kind of stuff approaching. But shit happens, man. Shit happens. At least it's not serious. So I fully expect him to get drafted in the first round, like we thought he would at the beginning. It's most of Georgia Tech news. Not much here. Spring practice has started for Georgia Tech. Started on Tuesday, yesterday. Real quick, let me get this up here. We had see, I got 3 new staff members. Pull that up real quick. Georgia Tech football adds 3 more staffers. Darius Eubanks, linebackers guy, coach Brendan Farrell, senior strategist, special teams and games management, and Alex Mathis, executive director of recruiting. So, welcome to Georgia Tech. Those 3 guys, new guys on the staff. And again, the only other news I have for Tech right now is that the spring practice has started, and the boys is out there on the field getting after it. So I'm pretty sure in the coming weeks we'll get more, especially after the spring game, which is coming up soon as well. So let's move on, y'all. Let's move on to some Hawks basketball, bro. Hawks, man, season has been, pretty up and down, man. I've talked about it real quick before we get into anything else basketball related. Shouts out to Kyrie Irving, bro. Shouts out to Kyrie Irving, man. We all know if you follow basketball that he tore his ACL. I was just talking about the Mavericks either last week or the week before about how their luck has went since the Luka trade. And it's crazy the things that have happened to that team after that. I hate to use the words cursed and things of that nature. People hate that in sports, especially. But man, it's insane. It is pretty crazy that what happened to him, man. Torn ACL, so be out for the season. And I agree, like a lot of NBA people agree right now, that they need to shut down Anthony Davis. All these players that are injured that they were talking about coming back, I think that they need to shut them down. As far as the Mavericks go, right? That's what I would do. Let these players rest, get fully healthy. Y'all come back, make a run at it next season, man. Because Kyrie, at this point of the season, tearing that thing, he's going to miss for sure. He's going to miss the beginning of the next season for sure. So, yeah, maybe pick you up a couple more pieces. You did get some picks from the Lakers for Luka. So, I don't know. See what to do. But, yeah, I just want to shout out Kyrie Irving. I did, I'm sure the video is viral of him shooting the free throws and sort of thanking God right before he shoots that second one and sort of struggling to make it around the court. It hurts the heart as a sports fan in general to see. As a Kyrie fan, it hurts the heart. Like, it's tough, man. It's tough. I know he hadn't always been the most friendly player, I guess you could say, in basketball when it comes to certain other teams and whatnot and stuff like that. But I think he's grown and matured, and I think he's one of the better heads we got in the league right now as far as players and seniority goes. So shouts out Kyrie, man. Hope for a speedy recovery. It sucked to see that just happen like that. So again, the Hawks, man. The Hawks. I was talking about their up and down season. They broke, a 3-game losing streak with a dub against Miami. Hold up with a minute. Wait, this is not right. Is it? Oh yeah, maybe. Anyway, yeah, I didn't change it. Okay, that's wrong. Okay, so up and down, we had 2-game losing streak, loss against Miami and Oklahoma City, which Oklahoma City's playing crazily well against Eastern Conference teams this season. All right, and then we got caught a last-second dub. Obviously, steals leader, NBA steals leader, Where's he at right here? Dyson Daniels, man, doing the thing for the Hawks. Steals leader has 170 on the season. The next closest person is Shai Gilgeous-Alexander with 112. So dudes pretty much got like 50-something. What's that? 58 more steals than the next closest person. And with that, Dyson Daniels become the 8th youngest player in the NBA in history to reach 300 career steals. Should be a front runner for Defensive Player of the Year. That is not up for debate. Like, dude is playing some outstanding defensive basketball. Stole the ball as the score was tied at 130 with Memphis sort of with the ball trying to get up there and score with a little bit of time left on the clock. Obviously, the ball was stolen by Daniels. Passed up court. Where's it at? Where's that? Yeah, Dyson Daniels game-winning steal. Karis LeVert, the layup, as you can see, he went up, kind of brought it back, threw that thing up in there to give us the 2-point dub against Memphis. So yeah, man, 132-130 win against Memphis, and then turn right back around and lose to Milwaukee 127-121. Close game. Seems like the Hawks, like they either get blown out or they lose by 2, or we win like some. There's just some Butterbees. Nice finishes for the season for the Hawks. There's also big long 8-9 game losing streaks off in there as well. So yeah, let's just talk about the Hawks real quick. Coach Quinn Snyder missed the loss to the Bucks with illness. Hawks coach Quinn Snyder sat out Tuesday night's 127-121 loss I just talked about with illness, and assistant Igor Koskov served as acting coach. Snyder was with the team for pregame functions, including his regular media availability. His absence with flu-like symptoms was a surprise to his players. None of us knew until right before tip-off. Point guard Trae Young said he was here earlier. Kind of surprised us, but we still had a game to go play. It sucks we couldn't get him the win. Young led the Hawks with 28 points, 13 assists. The Hawks don't have a designated top assistant, but Kosakov, a native of Serbia who has coached in the NBA for 19 years, was the choice to fill in. I think the game plan is the same. So yeah, coach missed the game the other night. Hope he's feeling better. I'm sure he is. Atlanta Hawks signed forward Dominic Barlow to multi-year contract. The Atlanta Hawks have signed forward Dominic Barlow to a multi-year contract. The team announced today, per team policy, terms of the agreement were not disclosed. Signed to a 2-way contract by the Hawks on July 30th. Let's see. The 6'10 forward appeared undrafted in 2022. Prior to NBA, Barlow spent the 2021-22 season playing the overtime elite league with team overtime, averaging 14.8 points. So, yes, signed. The Hawks make some signings. Obviously, so let's get back here. Right now, we're third in the Southeast. 2 games back of Miami. Obviously, Miami has taken over the top spot in the Southeast. They were second and third, respectively, as we all shift places. Orlando was number 1 for quite most of the season, honestly. I think the entire season up until this point. So now Atlanta's in third place, man. Next game is tomorrow night at 7:30 against the Indianapolis Pacers. Or the Indiana Pacers. What the hell am I talking about? I'm tripping. Some quick things. Zachary Wissache has been named Eastern Conference Rookie of the Month for February. He averaged 12.8 points and 4.2 rebounds while shooting 44% from 3. Man's got a nice shot out there from behind the arc. So, and also, like I said, the most steals in the league for Dyson. So this is okay. Again, the Hawks got a good team, bro. And I did see something where somebody was talking about, damn, what player was that? Nah, I ain't gonna say. I don't want to jinx the boys. I don't want to jinx the boys. They're talking about somebody who could come to the Hawks after the season's over with, sort of in the offseason, like an offseason pickup. So I don't want to jinx the boys. I ain't gonna say nothing about that. But anyway, let's move on. Let's move back. So speaking of basketball, Georgia college basketball. Georgia, man, getting themselves in there, man. They're getting themselves in there. As sort of Georgia basketball just clinched an NCAA tourney berth for the first time since 2015. So that's 10 years, man. Needed to beat Vandy. We need to beat Vanderbilt on Saturday to leave no doubt and move further into the field and not get caught in the first 4. What a turnaround by Mike White and company the last 3 weeks. Speaking of, Dick Vitale's National Coach of the Week, Mike White, the second time this season he's earned that. Obviously, the first time is when we had a top 10 dub. Damn, who was that we beat, man? I can't remember who it was earlier this season. We beat, and so that and we had a couple of other victories throughout the week. So this is the closest we've looked to that. Because, again, Georgia's season has been up and down as you look at that. And along with that, Silas Damari Jr. has been named National Player of the Week from Georgia. All right, you know what I'm saying? So, hey, man, nice things coming out of Georgia, man, like my man's wearing the old gold Kobe's right there when it comes to basketball. So, look, man, Georgia. Let's get to where I was trying to find this right here. Obviously, like I said, last couple games, a 83-67 dub over Texas this past Saturday, and then a 73-64 dub over South Carolina just the other day, which has put them in. As Silas DeMari Jr. scored 16 points and Georgia beat South Carolina. Yeah, that's why he was, National Player of the Week. Yeah, third win in a row, man. Like I said, the Georgia season, they have some 4-game losing streaks, 5-game losing streaks. Against the top teams, they struggle. But they did, like I said, have a couple of early season dubs against against Kentucky. We beat Kentucky when they were ranked 6th, and then we beat Oklahoma. And I think they were ranked lower than that when we played them and beat them. That was that stretch we went on, but then we played Tennessee and Auburn, Arkansas, Florida, and caught a whole bunch of L's in a row. So they're looking good, man. The tourney, like I said, it's not 1,000% clinched for the tournament, but it is very, very close for that right there. So, and again, the next game this Saturday, UGA in the tourney, man, good to see it. 10 years, dog. 10 years, man. 10 years. So hopefully they, beat Vanderbilt this weekend. Go ahead, solidify that thing, get off into that tournament. And I don't know what we're standing in is like the SEC tournament when it comes to that. I mean, I don't even know if we're if we're gonna be in that thing, because right now, 11th in the SEC, 19-11 record. Hopefully we get to 20 wins, man. Put ourselves in that bracket. You know what I'm saying? Because I think we deserve it. And that's gonna run it, man. That's gonna run it for your boy, man. Let's see. Yeah, a little bit of Georgia Tech basketball news real quick right here. Georgia Tech beats Miami 89-74 to get themselves a first-round bye into the ACC tournament. So, Georgia Tech, let's see. Oh, man, come on now. Get them right up in here. 16-14, 8th in the ACC. Last couple games, beat NC State, Miami 89-74 to give them the first round bye. So shouts out to see 29.17 boards of power as double in Georgia Tech's win over NC State. So yeah, Georgia Tech sitting up in here, 8th in the ACC, games back, 8 games back. So let's see what happens with them right quick. Let's see. That's gonna wrap it up, y'all. That's gonna do it for your boy, man. Let's see, get everything going. So, again, let's see what happens with the Hawks. See what happens with the rest of the season with the Hawks up and down. Hopefully we can make it to at least be in the play-in and get into the playoffs. And I don't know what kind of noise the Hawks can make when we get in there, but hopefully we can see something happen on that front early in the season for the United. Let's see us bounce back from that loss against Charlotte. And NFL season starts next week, y'all. Next Wednesday, there's going to be a lot of talk, a lot of free agency stuff opening up, a lot of free agent signings. Going to be a lot of news to talk about on the football front. But with that being said, I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of you guys' week. You have been watching Georgia Sports Central on iSports Radio, your direct feed for all that is sports.